Pick up your gear and open your chests. Throw on your armor and head out on a quest. Hey, it's a brand new day.
Deekin Scalesinger is one of the smallest champions in Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms. Time to give him some more room, I would say. Cheers everyone. I'm your dystopian innkeeper. We're diving into Deekin's lore. A kobold bard with trembling scales, a quavering voice and a heart that just refuses to shrink to match his bodily size. To many, he might appear as a comic relief. Anxious, excitable, forever teetering on the edge of panic, a creature who shouts doom with such earnestness that it almost sounds like prophecy. But Deekin is not a joke. He is a spark. He does not dominate the battlefield through strength or spellcraft. He shapes its tempo through emotion. He does not command through authority. He commands through belief. An inner formation filled with giants, gods and legends. It is the smallest voice that often pushes the story forward. A kobold has learned to survive through story. To understand Deekin, one must remember where he began. In Neverwinter Nights, Shadows of Undrentide, he first appears not as a warrior, but as a companion, nervous, earnest, and endlessly curious. Talking about furious? Furious. I'll make a Neverwinter Nights video where I meet Deekin for the very first time. Yes, time to give him some more rooms. Because kobolds in the Forgotten Realms are fragile, numerous and easily overlooked. They survive through traps, tunnels and mostly fear. But Deekin survives through narrative. He attaches himself to heroes not because he expects protection, but because he is drawn to greatness. He believes in stories, dangerous ones, heroic ones, the kind that reshape the world. And he believes with an almost stubborn sincerity that even a kobold can matter if he stands close enough to the moment where legends are finally forged. That belief becomes mechanical truth in Idle Champions. Deekin is a support and speed champion. He does not slow the world down, he urges it onward. He does not make the party safer, he makes the moment sharper. He does not wait for the story to unfold, he leans into it. Deekin's signature ability, Story of Doom, this one, is often misunderstood. A kobold shouting doom should be comedic, and yet somehow those beside him, beside him, grow stronger. In front, left, right, and behind. Mechanically, it is adjacency-based buffing. What a word. Narratively, it is something much deeper, because Deekin believes what he says. When he cries doom, he is not performing, he is reacting. He feels the danger, the fragility of the moment, the sense that everything could collapse if the party hesitates now. And because he feels it so intensely, those near him feel it too. His urgency is not calculated and his panic is not a strategy. His drama is not performance. No, it is honesty. Raw, unfiltered, unpolished. And that honesty finally becomes strength. A routine encounter suddenly feels like a final stand. A simple skirmish becomes a moment that demands everything. Deekin does not reframe the battlefield with cold intention. He frames it because his heart is convinced the world might end, and because he refuses to let it end quietly. Heroes rise when someone beside them trembles and still chooses to sing. This is not a global aura. It is not the voice of a commander shouting from afar. Deekin inspires through closeness. His power works best when someone stands shoulder to shoulder with him. Close enough, in this case, to Jaheira. Close enough to hear the tremor in his voice. And close enough to feel the urgency radiating off him. Close enough to understand that his fear is real and his courage is real too. He does not lead from a throne. He supports. A tank, like Evelyn. A tank absorbs blows. A healer, like Omen, restores balance, hopefully. And a DPS, like Jaheira. Jaheira cuts through enemies. Deekin stands between them, small and shaking, and reminds them that the moment matters. His presence is not imposing, it is grounding. His fear does not weaken the party, it focuses them. He does not mask his fear behind any kind of bravado. That transparency is what makes him trustworthy. He's not the hero of the tale. He's the one who convinces the heroes that the tale is worth fighting for. Then there is the confidence in the boss. The ability that increases enemy spawns. On paper, it seems almost reckless. Why should anyone invite more danger? But Deekin's logic is not the logic of a tactician. It is the logic of someone who grew up in a world where safety was never ever guaranteed. For Kobold, danger is not escalation, it is the baseline. Tunnels collapse, dragons pass overhead, adventurers wander in with torches and steel. Threats are constant, unpredictable, and rarely fair. Deekin does not see more enemies as a worsening situation at all. He sees it as honesty, the world revealing itself without pretense. He does not escalate the threat. He instead recognizes it. And in recognizing it, he accelerates the confrontation. If the world is going to test a party, well, better test them now, while they are together, while they are ready, while the story still has breath. This is not nihilism, it is courage shaped by experience. And a kobold who chooses insignificance. What makes Deekin compelling is not that he is powerful, that kobold who chooses significance. It is that he is aware. He knows how small he is. He knows how fragile Skoa are. He knows how easily even heroes fall. And yet, he steps into formation anyway. He does not try to become a dragon, as all kobolds do. He does not try to become a legend, as all kobolds do. He tries to make the moment matter. He does not promise victory, oh no, he promises significance. And that is often a greater gift. In a roster filled with divine avatars and reality-bending spellcasters, Ricelin comes to mind. Deekin reminds us that greatness is not measured in size or strength, but in the willingness to stand at the edge of doom and raise your voice anyway. And now I need a sip of coffee. Deekin is not a strategist who manipulates the battlefield. He is someone whose emotional intensity shapes its rhythm. He does not dictate flow, he embodies it. If he ever grows into a role that disrupts structure or guides tempo, it will not be because he planned it. Deekin does not seek control, he seeks meaning, and meaning has a way of reshaping everything it touches. In the end, well, Deekin Scalesinger is not defined by his size, his fear, or even his cry of doom. He is defined by the way he transforms that fear into momentum. He is defined by the way he stands close enough for others to feel his trembling and close enough for them to draw strength from it. He does not sing because the world is safe. He sings because it is not safe. He sings because someone must. He sings because stories deserve witnesses. And in singing at the edge of doom, he turns that doom into the very thing that drives the party forward. Talking about forward, you could use another speed potion. Good, Deekin Scalesinger. I will do a Neverwinter video with him too. Undrentide. We'll see how that goes. And in the meantime, well, I think you know how it is. Everyone, have fun, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye.
Pick up your gear and open your chests. Throw on your armor and head out on a quest. Hey, hey. It's a brand new day.